Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilman.
Thank you.
Okay, no other comments?
I wanted to say something. I want to say thank you because y'all are working very, very hard. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
The whole team.
Any other comments before we move on?
I have a question. On Christmas decorations, Henrietta, are we going to start buying more to add to?
Well, that's a question for the chamber, for the EDC, because EDC bought the Christmas lights, the decorations that we had, and I know the mayor participated in the Texas snow, which I think is hilarious. But it was an EDC incentive, it wasn't the city of Floresville. We helped with labor, but the funds came from EDC.
Well, you need to go to Walmart and get a bunch of those things that are like 70 or 80% off, so we can really have a lot to go. Thank you.
You can know it, Councilman.
Thank you. Moving on to new business, item 3A, consideration action to approve the city manager to hire or fill vacant positions.
Thank you, Mayor. Now, Council, this is new because we are trying to watch our nickels and dimes and our pennies. And so at this budget, last budget hearing, what we agreed to was that we would have a mandatory hiring freeze and only fill positions when we thought it was necessary, and that we would alert the council and ask for their permission to do so. The chief did so a couple of weeks ago when he asked if he filled a position that was vacant. I want to indicate that these are budgeted for, they are funded, so this is not a position that I am creating, it is one that was budgeted. So I'm requesting for the open positions of the wastewater treatment plant and a newly created park sports manager to be advertised and the position to be filled. Both are funded in our 2018-2019 budget. I did attach the job description for you. We have not advertised. I'm waiting for you all to approve that. The job description to be able to do that.
Yes, sir, Councilman.
We also had put in for an inspector.
Yes, sir, but we weren't ready to fill that position as of yet. Mindy, our community development is off right now, and when she returns, we need to facilitate putting that together. So when we're ready to fill that position, we will come before you and ask for permission. So you'll know abreast and be able to vote on every position that's filled. Police asked that the last time that they fill a position, in that interim, we lost another officer, so there's 2 vacancies, and he'll be bringing those new police officers to present to you. I believe they were sworn in today to present to you at the next meeting on the 24th.
Thank you.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Are there any other questions on the sports, or on the 2 positions at all? Okay. Any citizens' comments pertaining to the hire or fill of vacant positions? Okay. If not, I have a motion on the floor by Councilman Jimenez.
Yes.
Do I have a second? Seconded by Mrs. Cantu. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Thank you. Okay, moving on to item 3B. Consideration and action to approve the bid for landscaping services at the sports complex.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to make a motion to rebid the contract with corrections and specifications on how many times the park needs to be cut. Right now, I think it stands at 24. Normally, it's like 42 cuts, especially during baseball season and football season. You got to keep your fields low, and that's during rainy seasons. You know, if you do it 24 cuts twice a month, that's not going to cut it. And if we're trying to attract, big teams for softball or baseball or tournaments and everything else, they come and see the fields, and we're cutting every 2 weeks. We're going to have high grass there all the time. So I think we need to put that correction in there.
How was the number arrived at that we were looking at?
We arrived at the number because we're trying to look at staying within the budget allotted that what EDC has come for to be able to do that. Now, I don't know if it's a hard fast, 24 twice a month, you have to know, okay, that's how it's typically done, you're right, 24 or 48 is what we need to do, but we're trying to bid something that's going to be within our area. Sometimes grass is dormant and you may have not cut it because it's too cold or whatever, so it's 24 times, so we have to go back and forth going forward. Now, this is a learning curve in the city of Floresville. I don't have anything, we never bid that. I've bid streets before, I've done sidewalks before, parking lots, but maintenance we have not. This was actually passed on December 13th meeting. The bids were submitted, we went out for bid, and on December 13th, it had appeared in the newspaper, and we received the 3 bids back, but that's how it was done.
Do we have anybody here that's one of these people?
Yes, ma'am, we do have, Councilwoman, one of the bidders just come to witness. We did open it publicly. Just for the record, we did receive 3 mowing bids, and you see the price, 47, 48, 49 for. One of the key things that we ask is not just cutting grass, because this is definitely an art. And so Henry Royos, he's here. He's done 2 things to our little park to keep it going, to our little park to do that. He has some photos, and I believe he has some information as well. Thank you.
Oh, we're not able to do that.
He can talk to you. You can ask your attorney. Sylvia?
Is it proper for one of the bid applicants to address the council?
Give me about 2 minutes. We actually are doing a training on it.
I don't think you can answer the questions.
I don't believe so, but I'm not
Let
the
me look
lawyer.
at it. I think that it's something that we should not do. But I was looking at, I actually have a paper that I've done that I'm going to present on Saturday regarding bidding for the council.
So what the council can do is either take into consideration the motion by, or the idea by Mr. Jimenez, or go forward with as presented. Any other council members?
And she is correct. You are correct, ma'am.
Okay, so, yeah, we can't really address any questions to one of the bid applicants.
No, because according to bidding laws, then you have to give it, you have to allow everybody else to have the same opportunity. And if not, it's called an unequal advantage, and they've found on that.
So the motion is Councilman Jimenez's motion.
So,
But Mr. Ortiz.
right,
has a
so,
question.
so the dispute here or the argument is about the cuts, right?
Yes.
About the cuts. So it's out there that, well, it's supposed to be records now that we're concerned about cuts.
Yes.
Right. So, any other comments by the council pertaining to this?
I think it's kind of hard to justify a need to increase cuts right now. I mean, I don't know. I'm not the expert, so
Okay.
I'm not familiar.
What I'm saying is, whenever you start baseball seasons, say in March, April, May, June, July, and August that they're playing, the grass needs to be short because they're playing on the fields.
Right, no, I
And 2
understand.
cuts is not gonna do it. We mow our own lawn 2 or 3 times a month, and it's still high. Can you imagine having to have it at 1 inch?
Would we be able to adjust our contract if we need to?
No, you have to make that determined right now. If not, you're going to do modifications to your contract. In the future, it has to be by agreement of all the parties, and there is usually an issue on modification. So perhaps that is something, Ms. Turner, that can be addressed with the individuals, or the individual that is of the council's committee, to renegotiate the amount of times for them to come in and mow the area. Sometimes it's better, Councilwoman, to have more than less, because if you just name a specific number and you say, well, it's just gonna be for 24, then that's all they're gonna do. That's all that they're going to be able to be legally responsible for. So if you run into problems that, say, we get a rainy season and then you're needing someone to mow the lawn every week or every, more often, then you're gonna have to pay someone additional monies because the individual that you contracted with is not gonna be legally responsible for doing more cuts. So that's something for the council to consider.
Now, if we go and rebid, this is January,
Yes.
and this would take us
I'm in
into,
a crunch, and I apologize. I mean, we had elections and Thanksgiving, Christmas, and the New Year.
Can I ask you a question real quick? Does the contract give a specific number of times that they're supposed to
Yes.
come in? Or is that pretty much open?
In the bid, it said 24, and I picked 24 because I knew what the budget limit was, and if I had done higher, then it may have exceeded what EDC was nice enough to be able to do.
I've got a question.
Yes.
Okay, I don't see a problem as for myself that you bring in someone for 2-3 weeks, manicure your thing, your fields, and get them ready to start the season. That way we're not falling behind, and it's just a correction on the contract. No one's saying, hey, no, I don't want to use this guy or that guy or whatever. You know, it's just something that we have to put in the contract, because if you have 24 and they have to come in again, or we're gonna get billed for it, and now it's not gonna be no longer 50,000, might be 100,000, you know, or I'm just saying a number, you know. It's better to get it stipulated in the contract, that way there's no problems on, you know, what's gonna take place.
Yes. Now, Mayor, I see your point, Councilman, and Mayor, to answer your question, they want to start tryouts and practice the last week of February, and the 23rd, I believe, is opening day. It was 24th the last time, and they weren't actually able to play the fields last year, and so we want those fields to be able to play on and to be ready to get ready for the competition and to be competitive. The additional funds that we may or may not have is going to come from the Little League. They haven't actually signed those agreements yet. We had the wonderful meeting before, and sometime in October or November, so they're ready to sign, but I definitely need to have those fields looking a lot better. Now, we've been keeping it, you know, keeping the weeds back and the sticker burrs back, but it's not what it needs to be. They're not ready to start playing on.
I have, Madam Mayor?
Yes.
So, because, you know, we have a timeline right now. I was gonna say, we're gonna furnish our own lawnmower, right? We're gonna have a lawnmower there for the field?
Yes, we're going to need a lot more because we can't use what we already have because we don't want to cross-contaminate the field with, you know, other things, bringing from other places that we can cut.
So if
Those are specialties, so we'll have that cost as well.
So if it does rain, can one of our guys just go real quick and cut the grass if it needs to be?
Well, the position that you just approved,
Uh-huh.
their ultimate goal is that we don't need, I mean, I'd love to have a professional all the time, but he's going to have to phase out. And
Yes.
so the idea would be that they would show them part of the ropes and be able to put forth an effort to maintain them in the interim, watering and not watering, but also to watch when somebody's out there playing my fields. So ultimately, to be to train that person to do in the interim, hopefully to do that. But the cuts are just there because it meets my budget. And so we have to be able to work what we have and hopefully supplement it with staff. But this reaches the budget. It's almost at the cap.
And if I may, Madam Mayor, you're totally correct. Time is of the essence, because I think that children are already submitting applications and stuff of that nature. And I think there is actually a lot of work that needs to be done out there. Also to take into consideration that there, like you were saying, there are sticker burrs out there and stuff of that nature. So you need someone that's going to be able to handle this. And there's a lot that goes into maintaining those fields. You need to have someone that has done it.
I don't know if I double the cuts, if I will stay within this range. I don't know. I'd have to send it back out. I don't know.
I have
Yes, sir.
clarification.
One of the things,
Councilman Jimenez first and then.
Oh, sorry.
Jimenez.
go ahead.
This first. I'm sorry, Ms. Turner, you were talking about the leagues or the groups contributing, that you haven't solidified a contract with that yet?
Yes.
So are those funds, so are you saying those funds would help if we had to amend contract and we had some overage?
Yes, that would be the intention of those funds. And I know you weren't councilman at the time, and Gloria, but you attended the meeting for the 4A, and I know some of the councilmen were there. That was what their intent is, that whatever they, part of their partnership, we would have to do that. But that number has not been determined.
Right.
We haven't set an amount, and they're coming back to do that. So I don't know what that amount be.
And I would say that if it is tabled and if the council decides to go out for new bids, Madam Mayor, what that will encumber is you will have to do a whole new specifications to
Just
post
a
and a
couple of
whole
things.
new bidding. Because I do agree with you, Ms. Turner, that the price will probably be different. And if there are going to be different requirements, then you need to go ahead and specify that.
Yes.
We're also looking at where the money would come from if we do to make the changes on that.
Well, we just need to see what's gonna happen, you know? I suggest that we revise the contract so that we're on the safe side for the city. Get somebody to come work the fields for 3 or 4 weeks or whatever, till the bid process is over, you know, and at least you have your fields ready. I mean, you can do that anyway.
And I think what's, if I may, Mayor, my understanding is that what's before the council is you're either going to accept or reject the bid, and that is something that is up for discussion, and that is what you can do tonight. About renegotiating contracts and stuff of that nature, no. That is not, it's not up for renegotiation because you haven't even entered into a contract yet. So I think what's before the council this evening is you either accept or reject. And if you reject, you can do a representative to tell her, hey, we want to start brand new and re-advertise and ask for biddings all over again.
Okay. Any other council members have any comments?
I have one comment.
Okay.
If the price goes over 50, which FEDC placed those funds to us for that project, where will we get those funds, the extra funds, if the price goes over?
Well, the only way we have money is that whatever we collect from the Little League and the Football League, potential revenue that we would have collected if we have any tournaments. But those are numbers I can't quantify for you. So numbers I can is actually the dollar on the water bill that we did some time ago.
Okay.
That we can use, and so I've done a little bit of using that already so that we can beat back the sticker bug and some of the weeds, but that's only $36,000 a year that we receive, that's every penny. What I was hoping to do with that $36,000 was to go around and repair some of the things to the other parks, because this park, the sports park, gets a lot of attention and money. So what we're hoping to do is to make those things, and I know Councilman Chu is really adamant about making those handicap accessibility. We had EDC did the park plan, and so what I was hoping to do with those funds was to use them to make our other parks handicap accessible, especially because I need to spend some time and money on the park at Lodi because it hasn't gotten any time or attention at all. And they have a wonderful basketball court there, but we haven't done anything to that. So I was going to use those funds for that, but that's the only other place I could think it could come from, because I can't say Little League's going to give me X, because I don't know what they're going to be able to do. So.
All I'm saying is that I don't want to utilize funds from the general fund. That's
That's not an option.
Yeah.
That is not an option.
I don't want to go there.
That's not an option.
But I've got a motion to reject the contract to do corrections on it, just so that will keep us safe, the city.
Okay, I have
You should vote it up or vote it down. Either
I'm going down.
Vote it either to accept or reject.
I
So
have
that
a
we can
motion
have
on the floor by Councilman Jimenez to not approve the bids for the sports complex landscaping. Do I have a second? Okay. No second?
No second.
Okay, I do have a second. Any citizens' comments at this moment?
I have some weird, maybe Marietta can answer this. Is there someone that's designated to oversee your baseball season, like a project manager or someone to that effect that could, take care of? They just, that's what that is.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I have a motion on the floor to not approve the bids for landscaping services at the sports complex. I have a second. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. All those opposed? Okay. Do I have any other motion on item 3B?
I'm gonna go ahead and make a motion to accept the third one. Who was, I think it was Riojas Turf Repair.
Okay, I have a motion on the floor by,
Because I did some studying and I did some research, and these were the ones that were more I mean, in my opinion,
Okay,
I chose these, so.
okay,
I've got a question.
yes.
I mean, it's not that we want to pick a certain individual. The reason I made the motion was to do a correction, because I don't think 24 cuts is going to cut it.
Madam Mayor, may I make a comment?
Yes, before I take a,
Right, but,
Yeah, but
I agree with Councilman Jimenez here, and I agree with Councilwoman Pro Tem Cantu. We've been overvoted, and that's good, and that's what it's all about. So I have no argument on this issue.
okay, thank you, Councilman. So I have a motion on the floor to accept the bid of Rioja's Turf Care. Do I have a second?
I second.
Seconded by Mrs. Martinez. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Thank you, 4-0. And,
4-1.
4-1, I'm sorry, 4-1. And with no other further business on the agenda, I will call this meeting to an end at 6:53. Thank you.
See you Saturday.
So when it comes to voting,
it's not gonna